All right. Good morning. Good morning. Let's try to move this such a way. Out your way there. Let's see here. Audio seems good. Good morning, Samir. Appreciate that. See what we got going on here. ES pushed up into that 445.19 area. Kind of pulling back now into the 16s. Starting off the day here, up 595 or 590, I guess, right here on this apex. I took a couple trades this morning. Probably shouldn't have over here on the Express Funded. Some winners, some losers. Ultimately, we're basically even. So, thanks there, Samir. Yeah, I saw him in Mancini's tweet saying 45.20 on the ES 09 supports. Possible. Guess he's saying the next move up could be 34. So I was kind of watching here, see what we got going in at open. We got about 8 minutes here. EQ kind of pulling back here. It did go and retest that 66 area up there. This was from this morning. We kind of had this chop zone during London here. Traded out of it. We did take that liquidity to the downside. So I'd expect a possible push up here at open. Take out that 66 area. And kind of go from there. So possible push up, maybe pull back into that VWAP here at open, push up through the 66, potentially. Maybe trade up into that 71, maybe touch the 500 level before we decide which way we're going to ultimately go today. So yeah, just trying to see what happens here at open. I'm thinking maybe a pullback, test this VWAP, and then kind of move back up into these highs. That would be the nice, easy thing for it to do, but market likes to do what it wants to do. So let's kind of see what happens here at open. Try to find us a direction, see what we can do. The goal today on the funded account, we'd like to get one winner in, $200. Just try to make $200 a day on that funded account. And then we're about $800 away on the other Top Step account to get it funded. Kind of have it off screen here. And we are about $1,000 away on our Apex account off screen, but I don't know if I'll be trading that one this morning. Let's see. Should we switch from that Bulenox over to that one? I don't know. We'll just stick with the Bulenox for now on Ninja. Thought about trade copying these Apex accounts over here on Trade-Evade. I got, 4 of them. And just try to get them all done at once. But I think I'm going to wait until later in the week if I do that. Wait until a little later in the week. And we may consider that. Appreciate the like there, Samir. So you got the VWAP down at the 45.13 area, 45.12.50 on the ES there. So be keeping an eye on the ES here at open as well, see if it pulls back to the VWAP. Looks like NQ's trying to pull back to the VWAP before the market opens, which, prefer it to do it once the market opens, but that'd make a little more sense. Still got a pivot to the downside right there at 33, kind of right where we're at right here. So if it does pull back into the VWAP, I'll probably wait until we clear this pivot to take a long 35 or 36 area. Take a long, maybe target the 60 area here. Something like that. We'll see. It's kind of going around trying to set up my ATM strategies here. Long or short? I don't know, Samir. I don't like going into it kind of thinking we're going to go in a direction. So just right at open, I think we pull back and then move up. And then from there, I think we make a decision. I think the market will make its own decision from there. So probably a little bit of both. I mean, if we're going off recent history, it might be a red day, right? Maybe a red day if we're going off recent history there, but we'll see. We shall see. It's going to go in one direction or another, right? So the Nasdaq's kind of pulling back here as the ES holding up a little better. ES really still holding that 16 area. Yeah, choppy. Yeah, it could be. I don't even know if there's any news. Let me look. See if there's any news today. We have 10 a.m. Really not much to speak of today as far as news goes. Morning, T. Morning. Yeah, not much to speak of, really. So expecting maybe a pullback here at open. See if we get a little pullback and then a push up. Coming into open here. Do got a small gap to the downside here. So we'd have to pull all the way back down into the 400 area to fill that. It's possible. So short wise, if we lose the VWAP, maybe lose that 20 area, we might take a short. But let's just kind of see what we get. Again, kind of watching that 40 area here. We get over 40 here. ES pushing up into that 20 area now. All right, so we'll get a quick push up into the 50s here. There we go. Nice little easy trade there. Nice little easy trade on that one. ES up into the 23s. Straight out of the gate with that dip and rip. Are we going to continue to push here? Straight into the 60s. Might have shortchanged myself there a little bit, but that's okay. Tap that 71 in rejection. Remember what we said this morning? We were looking at that 71 area. That was earlier today, earlier in the London session. We were thinking this area would be resistance for just a little bit at least. Let's watch this volume. If we get to pumping again, we may take another long. ES traded up into that 25.50 area. Coming back into the VWAP, watching this 33 area. That's where that pivot is. That's where that pivot is. 33.50. Just kind of watching here. ES looking way stronger than the NQ here. That's a little scary. I think I'm going to stay away from the funded account until we kind of get a little more of a calm here. ES needs to pull back and kind of get in sync here if they can. Pulling back into that 20 level there. That might be a decent area for a long, to be honest, but it's kind of watching here, see if we bounce in this area, if we just continue to move down. Testing 20 again. It's kind of watching area of interest. Again, that gap fill down to the 98 area, possible. Gap fill down to the 98, possible. ES still pushing up here, trying to push back up and make a new high. Is this going to take the NQ with it? Like I said, I'm not going to take it on the funded account there. I want to, but I'm going to wait, try to be a little safer on that account there if we can. Feel like we're going to sell down and fill this gap. But we got a divergence going here between the ES and the NQ, which makes it a little more difficult. The ES still pushing here, trying to make it through these 25s. See if this thing pushes back up into that 50 area. Not sure if it's got it, but we'll see if it can. So not being able to hold that VWAP right there so far. Trying to push up here, but I think it's probably going to sail here now, kind of looking that way. Got to kind of get a direction going here. I think we're going to get this gap fill back into that 98 area. Let's kind of see what happens there. See if this thing pulls back. I think we're going to get a flush down into the 400 level. Kind of would be my guess, but the way this is looking, but you got to get the ES to start pulling back in order for that to happen. Going to have something happen here momentarily. Getting kind of interesting here in these areas. Still feel like it's going to sail. I think that we're kind of at the top here for the ES would be my guess. Oh yeah, Mancini tweeted. Yeah, I just saw that. I think we're going to pull back here and fill that gap down into the maybe 95 area. See if we get this pushed down. ES still kind of hanging out at the top there. Looking a little roundy now. Now it's trying to push back into the 50. Let's kind of see what happens here. Popped up into that 50 area. Holding the VWAP so far on the NQ. Holding up here at the VWAP. Let's see if it can hold it here. It's kind of wicked below it a couple of times. Yeah, ES is still kind of pushing here. ES hit that 27.75 area, kind of pulling back now a little bit. I have got to adjust some things here. This stuff is not, let's see here. All right, now we got some stuff adjusted. I was like, what's going on? Still had my overnight stuff set up there. ES pulling back now. Sell through that 15 area there. We can get that moved down. Maybe move down to that 03. So we got to pull back into the 03s here, possible. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Sell volume kind of coming through. Maybe pull back into that 400 level. If it can do it. ES pulled back into that 22 area. Trying to hold that 22 area, actually, but probably going to lose it. We'll see here. Possible pull back into the VWAP. Nasdaq retesting that VWAP there. Retesting the VWAP. I think we're probably going to go fill this gap. Thought we would a minute ago, and then it proved otherwise. So, who really knows? Just push down into that 400 level here quickly. Would be what we'd like to see. Down into that 400 level. Get through that 05s here. We can make it down into the 02s pretty quick. See if we can push into that 02 level. Possible push into the 02s. ES pulling back here. So let's kind of see here. Trying to get my charts adjusted over here. Everything's going crazy because such a volatile move here. There we go. So I made it there to the 02s, kind of what we were thinking. I think that gap fill will be down at the 98. Right at that 03 area, kind of getting a little bounce here. See if the ES holds that VWAP or not. It's kind of going to be the question. See if we can get through that 18 area there on the ES. Possibly push us through the 400s. Maybe 95. Need the ES to hold that 4509 area. Pushing down into the 90s. Kind of testing the VWAP here on the ES. A little bounce off this 90 area. See how if we can get through there quickly. See if the ES holds the VWAP right now. It's kind of testing that VWAP area. Let's see here. I mean, ES bouncing back up to the VWAP here. See if it turns back down here off the VWAP. Or if it just bounces here and continues higher. And Q kind of took that liquidity here. Feels like we're going to continue selling, but so far ES holding that VWAP. Sellers trying to come back in here, push this back down. Let's see what happens. Retesting 400 here on the Nasdaq. Let's kind of wait and see what happens. Holding up so far at this 05. Never really sticks that first time from what we've seen. Usually it'll sell through, push back up, and then sell back through. So possibly going to take a short over here. Let's see what happens. Just kind of giving it a moment to see what happens here. Wait until we get some sort of confirmation as to what's going to happen. All right, we're going to go ahead and try this short here. See if we get this pushed down into the 80s here. Well, that is not what we wanted to see there. I'll put my stop where it needs to be, see if we can just push back down. Need the sellers to kind of come in here, push this on down. There we go. We'll take it. We'll take it. I like my patience there on that trade. I could have freaked out, but I didn't. I put my stop where it needed to be. We waited, and we hit our goal there on the funded $200. It's a pretty safe trade there. A little bit on the bottom there, but I think in the ES wicking below the VWAP there made a lot of sense for us to move down there. ES unable to get above there, making me think that we were just going to sell back down. So there we go. Done with the express funded account for the day, guys. We're hit our goal on that. We're going to put it aside. We've also taken some trades off stream here. We're up $1,280 on the Apex. I'm sorry, the Bulanox. And we're up $1,084 here on the Apex. You guys saw that opening trade there of $500. Took a little scalp of the ES before the market opened on this account. A little $100 scalp there. So far, we're reading the market pretty well. So we're going to kind of wait, let everything kind of calm down here, and we'll take the opportunities that it presents to us, kind of go from there. So appreciate that, Samir. Appreciate the congrats. $200 a day is what I'm trying to do on that funded account. I was a little more crazy on it this morning. If you guys can see these trades I took this morning, we took this bounce off the VWAP. I was targeting the 50 area, and if I would have just held this through the 50, we would have had it, but I didn't. As you can see, we took scalp winner, small winner, loser. I took a short here, and I don't even know why. And then small winner, small winner. Basically break even on those. It's kind of bouncing off that 70 area there. Still looking weak. Still looking kind of weak. Bouncing back through the 400s here. ES back above the VWAP. Possible move back through the 30s here. Possible move back through the 30s if we get the ES above 20s here. We get to going. ES did kind of hold that VWAP's pushing back up into the 20s now. Looking pretty strong right here. ES just pushed up to the 20 there. Maybe we'll get a small pullback here. Still got that pivot point on the NQ at 33, 34 area. Getting turned here. Let's see if we get through that 33 area strong. That's where that pivot is. So we get a little pullback here. Maybe we can get a little entry. Just kind of pay attention here. See how everything goes. ES pulling back here. Pushed up into the 23 area. Now it's trying to pull back some here. Back into the 22s. Just kind of see. Just kind of watching. All right, we're going to take a little long here, see if we can move back up into the 50 area. Might give some back here. I'm not sure. Got to get going here if we're going to go. A little retest there. I need to put my stop where it needs to be. Let me see. Kind of watch and see where it needs to be there. I'm going to kill this one, guys. I just don't like it. I was expecting that to go, and it did not. So let's just kill it. If we don't like it, let's just get out of it, right? No point in messing around. Yeah, if you guys haven't already liked the stream, appreciate it. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Feel free to chat down below. We like for you to chat. Bouncing back up here. ES kind of holding up there at the 20. A little bit of a pullback here, a little deeper. Guess I should have waited for that pullback a little more. Got about 3 or 4 minutes here until the top of the hour, so let's keep that in mind. There we go. Now it's kind of losing that area a little bit. Yeah, NQ's testing that VWAP there. Still looking slightly bullish to me. I think it's probably going to continue to push up here, but just trying to wait and see. Testing that VWAP once again here. Yeah, still trying to hold up right there at the 20. Kind of losing that 20 level now. Maybe pulling back here. See what the ES does here at the VWAP. Well, is this thing going to sell here is the question. Appears to be. I'll tie a little short here just to see if we can't push down into that 03 area. See kind of what happens at that 03 area. Come on. Oh, come on. Give me the 03s. There we go. Oh, we take the 03 there out of that. Higher high wasn't formed on NQ. Yeah. ES retesting the VWAP here. See if it continues to sell. 90's kind of the area of interest. We bounced off the 70 earlier, so 90's first and then 70. So if we lose 90, we might probably sell back into the 70 area. See if the ES loses the VWAP here. It's really got to lose that 12 area, 13 area in order to start selling off here. Possible move down into the 70 here if we lose that 90. If we lose the 90 strong here. See if we can push on down here. Back into the 70 possible. Losing the 90, possible move down into the 70 here. There we go. Little push down there. A little bit more. Come on. There we go. Nice. Took that short down to the 70 off stream there. Up $2,250 on the bully account. That was a pretty easy read there. Lose the 80, kind of retouch the, or lose the 90, retouch the 70. ES trying to fill the gap back to the downside. I think the gap on the ES is at the 05 area, kind of where those equal lows are. ES has to lose the 9s, obviously. Per Mancini 09's kind of support there. So the ES is down at the 12 area. Kind of bouncing off that previous session close there on the NQ. Lot going on here. Might have shortchanged myself a little bit on that move down, but that's okay. Thanks, sir. 340 interest for buyers. Yeah, it could be. We'll see. ES may not make it through that 09 level, though. That's going to be that strong support area. We'll see what happens there. Obviously, down into the 50s here. We're not going to be greedy with it, though. We'll just take what we got. Just wait for the next opportunity. I guess that would have been a decent entry there. The short from the 09s if we would have just held that. But I just targeted the short, kind of low-hanger fruit, that, 03 area. Crossed over 10 o'clock this morning. It's 10:03. Possible trade back up into the 89 here. Let's see what happens. We take this liquidity. Took that. I mean, we do have a 57. Yeah, they took the liquidity at 57. So if you're doing the, if you're an ICT trader or whatever you want to call it, silver bullet, in my opinion, you'd be looking for a shift back to the upside here. I don't think this thing will trade back to the 90 and then sell off. I mean, I guess it could, but maybe. I don't know. Tough read, I guess, but it could go either way. I'd expect this to bounce here. Maybe a little push back up, sell down a little more, and then some displacement to the upside there. ES held that 10 area so far. Trying to bounce. Buyers coming in strong here. I mean, that 90 area, if it turns 90 into resistance and kind of sells back down, that could be an area for a short. I don't trust it, though. I think I'll wait and see what happens. Like I said, maybe a push up into the 90, little move back down, and then maybe some displacement to the upside. We'll see, though. Just kind of waiting here to see what happens. Right now, guys, we're up about 2250 on the Bulanox, 1128, and then 228. So whatever that comes out to be. It's like 3600. That would be our biggest day in the last week, couple of weeks. Oh, wait a second. Oh, yeah, I stayed on the Bulanox. Okay. Yeah, we're a little bit close to that time of day. I think around about 1040 usually. I expect chop in that area. I think we'll get one more setup here for sure. I mean, it may not be a clean setup, Samir. It might be, chop involved, but we'll see. Break through this 90 area. So far, it's kind of having a hard time. Like I said, you could have taken a short entry right there at 90. Might trade back down to the low of day one more time. I'm not going to take it. Risk too much. Stop had to be all the way up at the 21s, which is just insane. A 30 handle stop. I kind of feel like we're going to get this move up. I don't think there's going to be a move down. I mean, like I said, you may pop up, pop down, and then kind of pop back up, but I think ultimately we run back up here. At least that's my feeling. Could be wrong. Could be very wrong, but so you got a little order block here. So if you're going to take a long, this would kind of be your entry. So maybe a little push up to this trend line potentially, or even to the whole number, a little above, kind of pull back and take that move up. We may take that if we get it. ES back up into the 20 area. So your entry here, you could take the entry here off the 01s. Stop down here at the 83. First target be that 36 area. So let's see if this candle prints. So I said I didn't trust this gap here. So we'll set up here and see if we can get filled here. Target that 37 area. Stop's going to have to be, stop be down here at 76. So see if we get a little pullback here and get tagged in. So we'll see how this goes. We're risking, 26 handles here. So we're going to be risking about half our profits for a potential 35 handle move. We are right there at the VWAP on the 3-minute chart. So going to have to get through that as well. ES still above the VWAP there. So let's see if we can get tagged in here. Let's see how if this trade works out or not. May not come back and get us. Kind of breaking out of this trend line. I wanted it to come back before it broke out of there. So I'm going to kind of cancel that order for now. I might take the long a little higher up here. Trades back into the 10, so we may just go ahead and take it. It's kind of watching it here. It's kind of painful just watching this move up, to be honest, but all right, let's see what happens here at this 10 area. If we sell back through it a little bit. All right, we took the long here. Stop really needs to be quite a bit lower, but I'm just going to eyeball it here. Kind of eyeball it. I'd like for it to just pop up here. So what I may do is just try to take this pop, and if we don't get it quickly, we'll take a re-entry. Well, kind of feels bad because coming back to where the original entry would have been. So we would have got tagged in. So quite a bit more risk now than we would have wanted to have had. That's all right. It's my impatience there. Nasdaq still below the VWAP here. Not in love with that, but want to see it pop here. I want to see the ES take out that high a day at the 27s. That would be ideal. I mean, we could even target up here at the 50 area. Got to get going here, though. If we lose that 400 level here, that would be of concern. I may kill this here. I don't want to give back a whole bunch. Just kind of watching that 50% level there. ES should bounce here if it's going to bounce. It's just sell, sell, sell right now. This has got to be the area of bounce right here. If we're going to bounce. This is where me taking that worst entry kind of comes into play, because I'd be willing to hold this to my stop had I not. Buyer's trying to come back in here. Just kind of watching here, see what happens. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe. Feel free to chat down below. 15 seconds left on this 15-minute candle here. Let's see if we get a little pop to the upside here. I'd like to see it close above 405. Close. See if we get this nice little leg up now. Where's the buyers at? Come on, peoples. ES pushing up into the 22s here, starting to look a little better. Heading up into the 24s. We'll probably lower our target down to this swing high at 35 here. See if we can't get that. All right, now we're at break even. Can't lose. That put me through some stuff on that one. All right, locking in 100. We want to just see this thing go. We don't want to see it come back. Just go. Break through that first level of liquidity there and just push on up. ES up to the 25s here. Come on. All right, locking in 20 there. 180 bucks, I think. 175. All right. Could have just let that one go. I feel like this thing's probably going to at least break it up maybe to the 50 area, but held it through the drawdown and then, I don't know. Wasn't 100% committed to it right there. Kind of a shallow B to C setup there. I don't know. The ES is pushing all the way back up to the 27s here. Funny thing is, pre-market this morning, I was long on the ES from the 11s. Long on the ES from the 11s with 2 contracts. Did not hold it. So kind of hanging back here. The ES pushing up, looking much stronger than the NQ. NQ's kind of failing to print above the VWAP there. Ultimately, I think it goes. I just was unwilling to hold it any longer there. So, unwilling to hold that one any longer. Might even trade up into that 500 level here if we get a nice good push going. If the ES can get up into the 30s, you know, 32, 33 area. Can probably get kind of a boner candle to the upside. That's the problem here, guys. I should have been long from the O2s. Kind of that O2 area. Instead, I was long from, what, the 12? 11? So if I'm long from the O2s, I can treat this trade differently, right? 19 handle stop instead of a 30 handle stop. You can treat that a little different. That's my impatience. And there's no real reason for me to take that entry. I just kind of thought that we would not come back to that 90 area or the O2 area, and we did. Actually retested that 90 area. Appreciate it, Samir. Appreciate it. Nasdaq looking a little weaker than the ES here. Actually, a lot weaker. Let me check out the ES. It looks much, you know, it's kind of whippy here too. It's got some volatility, but holding up here much better. If we could break through the 40s here, we probably can take out the high a day. That will kind of be my thought here. You do got that pivot at 33, 34 area. Getting a little turnt now. A little turnt. Trying to push. Trying to break out here. Let's see what happens. I mean, we still took, you know, almost, 10 points out of this. Really could have been like 20. Feels a little bit bad, but not too bad. Reapproaching that pivot there, 34s. May have a little bit of trouble at the 34s. And then let's see if ES pushes through that high a day there, though. We might just blast right through it. ES pushing into the 26s here. So far this morning, quite a bit of volatility. Not really what I was expecting for today, but I thought we may have yeah, it is a little choppiness up and down, but if you had opportunities on both sides here, and that's what I like. So, opportunities on both sides. Sellers coming in here saying, no, not just yet. Yeah, ES got to start pushing. I think the ES get up into the 30s and takes us up through that high a day. Kind of retesting that VWAP there. How's everybody doing this morning? Anybody take some of those trades? T, you take any trades? You're probably still long. I'm going to bet T probably got long somewhere down here. And still long. Possibly. What about you, Samir? How you doing this morning? What's the old P&L looking like? Bouncing off that VWAP again there. Got to get more volume to come in here if we're going to be pushing up. This is starting to slow down. You can see down here just kind of peak, lower, lower, lower. Just kind of falling off there. We could take this thing off here. Just put that there just kind of for reference. Samir's up 572. Nice. Nothing wrong with that. Green is green. Are the sellers trying to come in here? Looks like maybe the sellers are trying to get something going. Let's see what that would have been. 02 to 29. I mean, that is a solid move. 27 handles. We could get a sell back down here. Might retest this 90 one more time. You had a couple of bad days, so you're taking it slow. Hey, nothing wrong with that, Samir. Nothing wrong with that. Boner push through the 27s, maybe on the ES here. Let's see. ES trading up into the 26s here. Probably going to get a little pop here, guys. Probably back up into the 40. Thinking about a little pop here into the 40s. Let's get above that 28. Get through that pivot. Holding the VWAP here. We got above it. We closed above it. Now we're kind of holding it over here. Holding the VWAP so far. Yes, still quite a bit above the VWAP up there at the 25, 26 area. Looks like some buyers trying to step up here. Maybe we'll get this pop right here. Oh, there come the buyers. There they come. Coming in strong here. I want to take a long, but I'm not going to do it. No, I've learned my lesson. We're not going to take that long. ES about to make a new high, though. Is it going to double top? Is the ES going to double top here? There it is. ES push through there. You get the ES into the 30s here, we're going to see a nice little move up. Like I said, the ES looking a lot stronger here off that VWAP push. Then the NQ still hanging out at the VWAP. ES looking quite a bit stronger. You would expect a little bigger move there from the NQ on that, but we didn't get it. If you guys are interested in trading futures, we got the coupon code in the banner there for Apex. 90% off. Does help the channel. We also have a coupon code for Bulanox. Let me drop that in the... let's drop the link. I'm going to drop the link here in the chat. The link in the coupon code. There's the link. Let's get the coupon codes. Code. There's the coupon code for Bulanox. If you guys are interested in either of those, they do help the channel. I appreciate any of it. Going to push up into the 40 here as the ES is moving up into the 29. Trying to hold above that pivot there. ES just looking so much stronger. I should have just traded the ES this morning, to be honest. I mean, not that I've done bad on the Nasdaq, but like, should have at least dedicated one account to the ES. Got to start doing that. Just dedicate one account to the ES. A little pullback here. Got the VWAP there at the 18s. Let's see what happens. Sellers coming through pretty strong here. As long as we hold that VWAP area, still kind of bullish. Holding up here at the VWAP so far. Seller's trying to look strong here, though. Is this going to push on down? I think I'm going to switch over to my Apex account off stream here, too. Oh, it's not the right. Oh, there we go. We need about 1087 on this account. There we go. See if we lose this VWAP here. Or if we hold the VWAP. ES kind of pulling back there and then bouncing. Buyers trying to come in here. See if we can hold that VWAP. Is it losing the VWAP here? Sellers are trying to come in. Still kind of holding that VWAP there. Holding up at that 10 level so far. Maybe turn that VWAP into a little bit of resistance now. Sell back down a little bit here. Sellers trying to come through strong here. Losing that VWAP now. Let's see if we get this 3-minute candle to close below the VWAP there. Let's get this push on down, maybe into that 90 area again. Kind of coming into that time of day where start getting a little choppiness. Maybe trade back into that 90 area is kind of thinking there. Well, it's trying to get back above that VWAP. That's not that promising. Retesting that VWAP one more time here. Pulling back into that 0203 area. See if this thing's going to offer maybe one more long entry. Possible pushback up into that 40 area here. Just kind of watching it and seeing what happens. Get back through that VWAP strong there. Possible push into the 40. Let's see if we get a nice clean move into the 40s there. You can do it. There we go. A little push up into the 40s potentially here. See what happens here. We get above that area. Get above that 41 there, guys. We probably push up into the 50s. Offered that second entry there. I don't know if you guys noticed that. That second entry there. Let's see if we can get a quick push into the 40s. Buyers trying to step up here. See if we push it up into the 40 area. Up into that. Get above 40s and get going here. See if we get a push up into the 40s. Little tight, little pullback here. See if it holds that 30 level. Like to see it hold that 30 level and push up through that pivot there at the 33 strong. So get that pivot, get through that pivot strong there. We see the 40s pretty strong. That pivot there at the 33, 34 area kind of holding it down right now. Yeah, yes, kind of double top in there. Doesn't look great, but get it pushing through there. We'll be all right. Get above 40 here, I think we go. Think we go if we get above the 40. Little bit of a pullback here. Kind of holding that 30 area. I'll see if maybe it does reject here. It might pull back here. Holding that 30 so far. Seller's trying to step in here a little bit, push this back down. Maybe it does just turn back down here and not make it through there. Feels like it's going to make it through there, but got to get through that pivot strong there. Get through that high to high trend line there. Yeah, still hanging out up there at the highs. Just need some buy volume to start coming in here, and we'll get back going up in the right direction. Kind of holding that trend line so far. That high to high trend line we got. See if we get a little pop here, a little push above 40 quickly would be nice. Still just holding. Come on, get through there, guy. You know what you want to do. Get through there strong. 33s again. Get through there strong. Right into the 40s. Idiot box. Creating an idiot box, yeah. You could probably draw one. Could probably draw one there. All right, kind of pushing through here. Let's see if it gets through the 40 strong. Currently long from 38. Got my stop at 35, guys. Gonna look for 50, please. Come on. Come on, don't you come back and stop me. Get through there. Just go. Might get stopped here, guys. I moved my stop into break even there. Got stopped. Feels bad. Thought we'd get that break if we broke through the 40. I guess just a little liquidity grab there. That's okay. Little liquidity grab. And a pullback. Just a little liquidity grab. Traded up into the 45.30 on the ES there, now pulling back. This kind of coming into that time of day where we give stuff back. So I want to be careful here. Coming back down to the VWAP there. Bouncing off that VWAP. See if it holds it here. ES pulling back. I don't think there's any reason to short yet, guys, in this area. I mean, realistically, I wouldn't consider a short until we broke this 82 area. 83, 82 area. Maybe in there. Unless it's just short scalp. Kind of looking a little roundy back to the upside here. Who knows? Possibly. Maybe push back up into that 28 area kind of quickly. Trying to hold that 20, the VWAP level there, but maybe it's going to lose it now. Kind of that time of day, like I said, where you just gotta be careful. Looks like this candle finally closed below the VWAP, which is kind of what we were looking for earlier and didn't really get. Retesting the VWAP here, looks like. ES is trying to push back up into that 26. Want to see it turn that VWAP kind of into resistance here. Actually, it's kind of watching here. This kind of an interesting looking setup here. Not necessarily a setup, but I think you get what I mean. Kind of at the bottom of that idiot box here. Thinking we might get another pop here. Got to get back above that VWAP though, if it's going to pop here. Possible pop back up into the 30s. Let's see what happens. See if it goes here. Buyers are coming in. ES is trying to push. Possible push back up into that 33 area where that pivot is. But got to get through there though. It's not, if it doesn't get through there, not going to do it, obviously. All right, let's see if we can get this pushed down here now. I don't know. It looks like it's going to sell. I think we might get the sell back into the 90s. Seeing if it sells back into the 90s here. That push up kind of seemed like a bit of a fake out there. Or it could just be chop, right? Could just be in this chop area. He is holding up there at the 25s. Higher high, lower high forming on ES, but NQ is weak. Yeah. Trying to push back above that VWAP there. Going all right, Juker. How you doing this morning? No problem, Samir, man. Yeah, I don't blame you there. Choppy here. Hard to know what to do. It's going pretty good. I'm up 1,300 here on the Apex account. 228 on the funded. And then off stream, we are at 2250 on the Bulenox. The Bewley. So doing pretty solid. I took a couple of trades on my Apex account in the Ninja. I was up $148 on that one. So doing okay. Trying to, I've taken some losses here in this area on that Apex account. I was up about 600 on it at one point, and trying to look for a short, and realizing after I shorted that I should have just taken a long here because it kind of traded back into this area. But I said I wasn't going to short until it kind of got down here into the 80s to really give me some confirmation. But we took one. It burnt us. Yeah, it's kind of pulling back here now into the 22s. This thing's looking, okay, Samir, we'll see you tomorrow, man. Looking kind of selly now. Oh, man. I'm not going to take the short, though. We're going to wait. Kind of getting tighter and tighter here. Let's see what happens here at the 400s. Oh, do I dare take this short? I've tried this short twice. I don't know if I want to try it a third time. Oh. Holding up here at the 400s. I'm considering a short here, but I'm considering also where my stop needs to be. And I don't know if I like that. Actually, you know what? I think a long might make more sense here than a short. So let's just hold off. This area doesn't seem, now that I'm scanning everything here, I think a long makes a little more sense. Kind of at the bottom of the idiot box, right? I don't think the ES has not lost the VWAP, so I think in this area, a long makes a little more sense than a short. Doesn't mean it can't go down, just kind of look like it wants to do the thing here where it kind of bounces. Got a little triple bottom going on over here. See if it loses that 400 area. Holding it so far. Might lose it here though. All right, let's see if we lose 90. If we flip 90, we probably see 70. Pretty sure we said that earlier. I think we took that trade, in fact. Right here. 90, we took 90 to 80, 92 to 81. So if we lose 90 here, I think we maybe see 70 again. So let's see. The only problem is the ES is kind of approaching the VWAP there at the 18 level. ES traded down to 1975, kind of bouncing back up. Trading back above the 400 level here on the NAS. Couldn't make it stick on the first try. See how we do on the second try here. Looking to see if this sell volume comes through here or not. So far, not really seeing too much of it. Sellers coming in now. Popped down for just a second, then tried to pop back up. Popped off that 90 level. Got to lose that 90 level there. Just don't know if we're going to be able to get any more moves here until about that 11:15, 11:20 area time. Just keeps holding at the 90. Trying to lose the 90 here. Holding that 90 strong, a little 90 drama. Little 90 drama going on here. Popping off 90 there. Retesting that 400 level again. ES not quite back to the VWAP. It's kind of what we're dealing with here. Back up to the 03s. Trying to flip those 03s there. All right, we got some buy volume coming in here, but still not really pushing it up the way you'd like. So, got to lose that 90. Got to lose that 90 before anything happens here. Strong. All right, going to retest 90 here. I am going to see if we get through 90 on this push down. Feels like we might. All right, let's see if we can get this move down into the 80. Currently short for that move through 90. Stop at 90 now. Might get stopped. Yeah, I got stopped. That's okay. Took a little bit out of it. I entered short at 95 once we started that break back down right there. Enter short at 95. Move my stop down to 90 for 5 handles. And yeah. Took a little something out of it. Not much. But we're at 24.50 on this one. Kind of figured it's going to trade down into the 70s there, but I don't know. Because of how choppy it's been, I just didn't want to take a chance there. Hey, how's it going, Predator? I was thinking that we're going to trade back into that 70 level, but a little bit choppy here. Could easily bounce in this area, really, to be honest. Could easily bounce. Everything's going good. That's good. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you've not yet subscribed. We need some subscribers. We got, I don't know, 176 or something. Terrible. Need some more subscribers. So if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. We are live 5 days a week. London, 3 a.m. Eastern, and New York, 9:30 a.m. Push back up here. ES kind of bouncing right off of that VWAP there. I was thinking that we might trade in a little bit lower than that, but ES getting a nice pop off the VWAP, kind of taking the NQ with it here. We pop above that 403 level there. I think I'll probably try a long. Quick scalper up to the VWAP 416 area. So that's kind of what I'm watching. I'm thinking about going ahead and joining the long party, but I think that doesn't make too much sense yet. Let's see if this thing holds this 95 area. We may be able to take a long there. Or 90 at least. Let's see if it holds 90. That's been an area of contention there for a minute. Just put in a higher high here. So let's see. If this thing doesn't hold 90, then it's in trouble. Nope. Not holding 90. I should be in already, though, if I was going to be in, so I'm not going to short here. ES is reapproaching that VWAP once again down here at the 18s. ES is at the 20. 2 points to go to get to the VWAP. Kind of watching it here. Missed that entry there. Could have re-entered there, but for that retest of that 400 level, did not. Trying to wait and see how ES reacts to this VWAP level here. ES kind of approaching the VWAP finally. See if it loses that 20 area. Kind of bounced in this area a minute ago, so want to be aware of that. See if NQ can at least trade down into that 75 area maybe. There we go. Traded down into the 75 there. See if it loses that. Next level down, maybe into the... If it loses 70, then we might trade down into the 50s. 62 would be the previous session close there. All right, ES is now at the VWAP at 1875. Let's see what happens here. Just watching. Looks like that 57 level might want to get touched here with this little liquidity there. ES is losing the VWAP. Little double bottom here. Is it going to do the thing? Or is it going to take that liquidity at 57? The thing would be, don't take it. Just bounce. Woo! It's quite possible. It feels like it's going to take it. There we go. It took it. 57, liquidity grab, maybe a bounce from here. Let's see. Oh, well, I was short at 95 there and got stopped out. Moved my stop a little too close. That's okay. Trying to bounce here. Back above 70 here. We could potentially trade back up into that 90. ES is trying to get back above the VWAP there. ES is back above the VWAP. 19.25. See if it can start pushing here, or if it just loses the VWAP again. And Cube just going back down here, back into the 60s. Kind of rejected that 70 level there. Buyers trying to come back in. This looks like possible push back up here. Into maybe that 75 area. There's 75. See if we can push any higher here. She's still pushing here. Up into that 78 area. ES kind of bouncing off that VWAP, getting back above it. Holding that 18 area nicely there. Hanging out here at the 76. ES still trying to push. Looks like we could trade all the way back up into that 90 area. Just going to be patient here. Waiting for a little bit of a pullback. Before it makes it to the 90 drama there. May not get it though. May not get the pullback that we're looking for. Buyers are just coming in here strong. ES pushing up into the 22s. The 22s. $75. I mean, I guess I could take a long here. Let's take a long. I'm going to have a relatively short stop on this one. 70. Well, we may get stopped out right away. Yeah, we got stopped. That's all right. I should have waited for that pullback. I thought we may just go straight up into the 90. So gave a little bit back there. I should have just waited for the pullback there, but that's okay. Let's see if this thing trades up into the 90 now. Maybe. Gotta have the buyers coming through here if it's gonna go. Gotta get going. You'd think the buyers would be coming in here soon. What time is it? 11:15. See if the buyers can come in here and push this thing into the 90 area. There they come. See if we can get this thing pushed all the way up into the 90. It's kind of the thought there, but may not happen. ES trying to push up into the 22, 23 area there. That 90 area is just not getting touched yet. You'd think it'd want to push up in there, get a little touch on the 90 area. Pulling back now. ES is going to retest that VWAP. Very interesting. Interesting here. Kind of a strange drop right there that was not really expected. A little bit of a strange drop, but sometimes when they come, they just come, I guess. See if ES is kind of losing the VWAP there. Might get a push down into that 50 then. Would be my guess. $52 possible. Trade right through that 52 level now. She is just going. Through the 50s now. ES losing the VWAP. Let's see if it's at the 15s. See if approaching the 36 level here. Yes, trying to find some support here. Hit the wrong. Next pivot down at the 256 area. So quite a ways away on the NQ there. How's it going, Wilson? Good morning. I got these headphones on. I can't really tell, guys. Am I being too loud on this mic? I don't think I am. Or maybe sometimes I am. I don't know. It's not showing that it's too loud, but just want to make sure I'm not blowing your eardrums out here. All right, selling back down here into the 40s. All right, good to know, Predator. Thank you. I'm trying to take swings over here on this Bullinox account because, you know, I guess we're $760 away from funding that one, and we just started it today. So I'm trying to decide whether I want to, if there's another opportunity to take a couple of more trades here to get that one to the funding, but also don't want to overtrade. And thanks, Wilson. And give money back. So trying to be relatively smart with the trades we take. This thing is popping. Let's see if the ES gets back above that VWAP there. See if the ES gets back above the VWAPs. ES is approaching the VWAP here at 18. See what happens. Buy volume coming in here pretty heavy. What to do here? What to do? I almost want to pile in a long here, but at the same time, it feels sort of like a fake out to me. I don't know why, but it just does. Feels like a fake out, but could be wrong. Ugh. All right. Well, let's see if any of these sellers decide to come on in here, push this thing back down into the 40s. I want to take that short. The problem is I just don't see the sellers coming in like we should there. Don't see the sellers coming in there. They may come on in a moment, but so far they are not. There we go. Now trying to push it down into the 40s. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. If you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. It does help the channel. Yeah, this feels like a short, but it feels like I missed it now. Probably should have been short up into that 60 area. So if I got short now, I'd have to put my stop just a little further than I'd like to put it. See if that ES rejects that area one more time. Pushing back up into the 60. ES approaching the VWAP. Let's see what happens. This might be an area of a short, but let's see if we get a rejection here. Maybe a little double top. See if it pushes through this 70 area or not. It did. ES just above the VWAP there. Let's see if it holds. See if they make it stick this time. Or if they just kind of sell it back down and chop around here. I'm going to be a little aggressive. I'm going to take a short right here. And I'm going to put my stop at the top of this last high candle. See if we can't get this move back down into the 40s maybe quickly. Or actually, we'll just target 50 if we can. Well, it's trying to push still. Need to push down here. Come on. Where's those sellers? Where are the sellers? All right, I'm just going to take it off there for break even, guys. Not going the way I wanted it to go, so we just take it off. If we don't like it, we just take it off. Thinking we might have kind of a double top situation there. Eject the ES, maybe reject the VWAP, and then kind of do what it's doing now, right? As you do. That's all right. Now the sellers are trying to come in. I don't know that it would get back down to where I was wanting it to anyway. I think 50 maybe. 50 maybe. But I could just pop back out of here. Kind of holding up here. Seller's trying to come in there now. So the idea of that trade would have worked, but Sell through 50 here. Kind of just jumping around here right now, not doing too much. See if we get this push on down maybe into the 40 area. It's kind of the bottom of that range, if you will, there that we've been trading in. All right. We gave a little bit back on a trade previous, and then we just made it back right there on that little trade back down into the 40. I tried to take a short earlier. As I told you guys, I got out for break even, and then I was like, oh, let me take a long. It was never a long, looking back at it. I don't know why I took it, but we did. So now we got it back. Still need about $700 to get this one over the threshold. I don't know how hard I should push for it. Traded all the way down into the 34s. I guess I should have left a runner on there. Could just take 5 contracts for 8 points and try to get the $700, right? The only problem with that is the obvious. You take it in the wrong direction, you're in trouble. All right, bouncing off the bottom of the idiot box there. You guys can see we're just trading kind of in a range here. I mean, it's tradable, right? It's tradable, but it's, you know, all it takes is one time being in the wrong direction for the idiot box to burn you. So, if you're going to take shorts, you want to be at the top of the box. You want to take longs, you want to be near the bottom. Probably could take the box up to there because this just wicked out of it. Didn't close below it. So he could have taken a nice long off 40 there. Got a little 10, 12, 15 points out of it. Nice. Feel more comfortable taking shorts than longs for this simple reason, right? I mean, that's a pretty simple reason. Trying to break out of that high-to-high trend line there. ES retesting that VWAP there, still below it. See if we trade to the top of it and turn back down once again. Let's see what happens. This does feel a little different. This push up does feel a little different. Volume is quite a bit higher. Yeah, got quite a bit of volume coming in here. On the smaller time frame, that is. See if it breaks through there, if it turns back down. ES trying to get back above that VWAP there. Breaking out above the VWAP here. See if it can get above 20. That's going to kind of be key. If it gets above 20, we might break out to the upside here. On the ES. Sell volume coming through here. I don't know if this is a good short to take at the top of this box or not. It feels a little different here. Feels like we're setting up for a little push up. You know, higher high, lower low, higher high, maybe a higher low put in, and then a blast out of the box here. Let's kind of see. Feels a little different. Just waiting to see if we get any buy volume coming in here. That's kind of what we're watching, though. Could just sell back down to the bottom of the box, though. Bunch of sell volume coming in right now. See if the ES holds that VWAP. So far, staying above it. Just kind of watching here. Let's see what happens. Is this going to be the pop on out of there, or... All right, let's see if we can pop out of the top of the box here. She's trying. Come on. You got more. Come on. Give me the 80s. Well, I got stopped out there, guys. I took the long, but we got stopped out. I was thinking we might get the 80s, but I trailed it a little bit close just because, you know, the ES is looking much stronger here, but we did take a little $150 out of that, so now we need $574. So on that account. Man, is this right? So my net liquidity, right? That's the amount, not the gross. So that means I paid what? There's $470 in fees. That's crazy. It's not like I've taken very many trades on this account. I mean, I don't think there's been that many. It's kind of a lot of fees, if you ask me, for just $3,000. All right, let's see. I think she's going to push up here. On lower volume, though, so this thing could turn back down any moment, right? If this volume doesn't come through heavy, then could just turn right back down. And there we go. I'm going to take a quick short here, guys. Looking for 50 area. ES looks like it's trying to move below the VWAP there, so... Uh-oh. She's trying to pop. She's trying to pop. Oh, man. She's going to do me dirty here. All right. This might be a loser, guys. Need the sellers to come in here, otherwise we're going to have about a $500 loser. Where are you at, sellers? Where are you at? There comes some sellers. Come on, push her down. Let's go. No playing around. Don't do me dirty. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Yeah, it does add up, that's for sure. Well, we're about to give some back here, looks like. Looks like we're going to give some back, possibly. The sellers don't come on in here. And stopped out. Well, what gave that back there is about $400. Feels bad. I mean, I guess shorting the top of the box, not a terrible idea, but just, I don't know. Like the ES was about to move below the VWAP, and then it just held it. So I tried to be the first one to the party there and got punished. Kind of moving up here on lower volume. Although it did put in like a little double bottom there. I just didn't really see it until too late. I should have went in and took that one off for just a small loser. Now she's trying to trade back into the box again. I shall not be tricked again. We will wait for confirmation. Structure certainly looks more bullish here than bearish. Especially on the ES. Put in 3 consecutive higher lows here on the smaller time frame. See if the ES holds the VWAP this time. Like I said, I may have just been a little early to the party there. Might have just been a little early to the party. I don't know. So we're going to pop back into the 80 here. Come on, you can do it. Pop. Pop it up. Guess I was wrong. It couldn't do it. Or it might do it. Might do it now. See if it breaks out in that high-to-high trend line there on the 3-minute chart. Seems like it wants to. And pulling back. Not really getting the follow through here. Not really getting the follow through here. It's kind of breaking out of the top of that idiot box, but almost creating another one above it. Can almost just move this thing up now to kind of here. Trade out of one idiot box into another. Just a slow grinder up, I guess. Gets above 80, then we got the 90 drama up next. Yeah, just kind of a slow grind up here. I mean, I guess I could throw in a long and just sit in it until we retest that VWAP, right? You could always do that. I mean, as long as the ES holds the VWAP, you probably are safe. Well, just trying to see what we get here. I mean, it's not really doing anything at this point. It's kind of a slow grind up. It's at that high-to-high trend line there. Kind of breaking out of it. So you're going to go back into the 400s here. Come on. See if it can go. I'm long from 82. Got my stop at break even right now. Gonna look for 99. So either it's gonna stop us at 83 or it's gonna get us at 99. Probably going to stop us, but let's see if this volume can come through and push us on up. Come on. You got it. Just one contract here. Stopped out there. What can you do? I tried. Trolled it a little bit tight there probably, but breaking out above 90 now. I guess we just trailed that too tight. I should have just left my stop into the... I had the stop at the 75. I should have just left it there. Come on. Yes, pushing up into the 24s. Trying to get to the 24 there. Feel like I'm chasing it now if I get long now, so I'm just going to wait for a little pullback here. Maybe we'll look to enter long again. If you guys are interested in trading futures, we got the 90% off coupon for Apex in the banner up above, link in the description. Also should have the link in the description for the Bulanox and the code for 90% off Bulanox as well. This thing's pushing up here. Pushing up. ES up into the 24s there. Feels kind of bad not participating here. That's okay. We moved our stop too quick. ES is on a mission here. Approaching the VWAP here on the Nasdaq. Kind of rejecting the VWAP right now, but the ES is just full board on a mission. See if we get through, see if the ES makes it to the high of day here. Might trade up into that 30 level, 430 kind of looking like on the NQ here. I would expect the NQ to pull back maybe into that 90 area one more time before it kind of makes that 400 level stick. Possibly. As we know, the market doesn't typically just go straight up. Usually that first move above the whole number does not stick. So let's see if that holds true here. Of course, it's not looking like it wants to do it. Pushing above the VWAP here. Pushing above. I mean, what do you do here? See if this thing pushes on up into that 28.30 level before it kind of comes back down to reality. Pushing into the 16s, ES still pushing up. Full on breakout here. Might get a pullback now. Maybe we test those 90s. Could just pull back into the whole number. Potentially test 90 here, though. See what happens at the whole number. Or it may just hold the VWAP there. See if these sellers coming in here. Oh, just trying to see what happens here. I'm looking for an entry. Do we just take it off the VWAP test again? I don't know. Probably not, but kind of bouncing off the VWAP area again here. Doing its own thing right here. All right, see if the buyers can push this on up now. Come on, push it up here. Trailing it kind of tight. Took a long here, but trailed it very tight. Just got stopped out. Trailed it very, very tight there. Just took a little $100 scalp out of it. So we're back to where we were earlier. So we need $775 now to get above 3,000. Probably could have held this. I probably should have left one on at 28. Guess we do got the pivot up there. We talked about it earlier, kind of a thing earlier at the 33.50. That's still up there. Just crossed the 12 o'clock hour there. Maybe that's what that push-up was from. I wasn't even paying attention. You taking any trades today, Predator? How you looking? What about you, Wilson? You guys still here? Juker, did you jump in on any of that? Don't know if you guys are still hanging around, but if you are, let me know how you doing. Get a little pullback here. The ES is looking strong. Probably going to push into the 30s. Kind of losing a little steam to the upside here. The Bulls are trying to hold the battle here, but the Bears are coming in saying, we want to play too. I don't know. All right, trying to push back up here. Got a little bit of a pullback there. Guess we can remove that idiot box off there. No real need for it. No trade for Predator. Haven't liked any of the setups. I feel you on that. There was a nice little setup that I liked this morning. It's kind of this one. I took a bad entry on it, as you can see. A little push up. Took a little bad entry, left profit on the table, but first trade of the day was probably the cleanest. Right out of open. Nice, easy read. I like that. Nice, easy read. Yeah, I have a problem trusting all of them. I don't trust any of them. I can like it and still not trust it. That's how we do. Just kind of grinding here, not really making the move you want to see it make just yet. What are your methods? Technical analysis, order flow, market profile, or something else? Emmanuel, how's it going? Well, I just trade price action pretty much. I use various things, volume. Sometimes I'll look for the silver bullet if I am paying attention for it. But most of the time I just trade price action, just simple breakout, breakdown. You know, I watch certain levels, support and resistant levels, and just trade off those, trade off feel. But mostly I would say price action, really. That's what I use the most. But I did take this trade this morning. I mean, technically this would be like your silver bullet setup. But I didn't hold it. We took this liquidity to the downside. We had displacement to the upside. Really, the entry would have been here, right? At 02. But I took the entry here, which was the higher gap. And just took some profit. Took some heat on it. You can see it just kind of traded up to here. But I really only take I only take like the time based one, 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. and 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on that. But other than that, I pretty much just trade price action. I watch the pivots. I like to watch the pivot points, and I watch the ES along with the NAS to kind of get an idea. If the ES is pushing, then one versus the other, just kind of get an idea of what direction it might go. We're still kind of a learning trader. I'm not glued to any one strategy just yet. I still do things wrong, and I think the main thing I do wrong right now is moving my stop too fast. I skew my risk to reward when I do that, and I know it, and I still do it anyway. So I've gotten a little better at it, but still not where I want to be with it. I want to be able to just put the trade on and not do anything. So let it hit my target. Now I'm a believer that you can make any strategy work if you have the proper risk to reward, right? I mean, we can say we're going to short here, right? We can say, oh, I'm going to take a short here. Well, in reality, it doesn't matter what strategy you use. There's a 50% chance it's going to go down and a 50% chance it's going to go up, right? Those are the options. So strategy gives you very little edge, in my opinion, anyway. But there is something to it. But ultimately, whenever you enter a trade, it's 50-50. If your risk to reward is correct, if you're running a 1.5 to 1, something skewed to the reward side, you can be below 50% on your winners and still be profitable. But oh man, she's turned up now. That's just my view, but what do I know, right? I'm just here pushing the button in front of you guys. That's all I'm doing. There's no magic bullet. There's no magic, strategy. Most strategies, if they're at least 50%, then you can make them work. I pretty much went through and tested about everything you could think of. And at the end of the day, I'm still just here trading simple price action. So that should tell you something. Yeah, it's kind of pulling back here. Nasdaq's trying to touch the pivot. Kind of pulling back on lower volume. They bounce out of there. Still has not quite made it to that 28.30 level there that you would expect it to maybe make it to. Hasn't quite got there yet. See if it has enough strength here to pop up into that 30 area. Don't know what that was. Kind of a odd look right there to that. So watching the volume off the screen here, there's this huge red lightsaber to the downside on the volume. Huge lightsaber. Don't know what that was. If you guys are new here, I do stream 5 days a week. The London session, 3 o'clock Eastern to usually 4:30 a.m., sometimes later. And then I also stream the New York session, 9:30 a.m. until whenever I feel like it. And, you know, if you have not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button for me. Appreciate it. It does help the channel out there. Yeah, it was kind of strange. I wish I would have had that up on the screen for you guys. There was this lightsaber of red volume that just came in. I mean, price action didn't really move, but this huge red candle came in there. Just the huge lightsaber. Thinking we might get that push up into the 30, but it's just not happening. It is just not happening. NQ coming down to retest that VWAP once more. Still looking bullish, but not, you know, hugely bullish there. The ES is looking much stronger. Emmanuel, what do you trade over there? What's your are you on NQ, ES? What's your strategy? What do you like to use? Kind of watching this VWAP level here. Having trouble getting above that 28 level there. Really just struggling. I don't even think it got to the 25, did it? Oh, yeah. Barely. 26. I mean, it feels like we might turn down here. Who knows? Looking a little, actually, if we bounce here again, I was going to say this might put in a proper double bottom here. It doesn't feel like it's going to bounce. Feels like it's about to sail. It's kind of rolling over here. You kind of got this little, just a little roll pattern. Had that whole number there, 400 just below the VWAP. Potentially sell back into that 90. See if these sellers come through here. And push this thing down, or if it's just going to pop right back up. Trying to bounce here. What is going on with this thing? Holding tough at the VWAP. I mean, it kind of feels like if this thing can get going, it'll go, but it's just struggling to get going. See if these buyers can come in here, hold this VWAP up. ES trying to push back up here. Trying to get going. So the buyers are trying to come in here, but I don't know if they got enough to make it happen. Don't know if they got enough to make it happen. Let's think about this. Can this thing pull back all the way into the 70 potentially? Potentially. Just kind of seeing what happens here. Like the sell volume's trying to come in and take over. We can start pushing down here, get through that 400 level strong. Lose that 400 level, get through the 90. I think we sell back into that 70 level here during lunch, but we'll see what happens. That's the bear scenario. The bull scenario is to get back above 15. Trying to retest the VWAP here. Want to hold it below that VWAP for the bears there. Going to get that push through the 400s here if it's going to go down. Then push through the 90s. All right, testing the 400 here. Let's see what happens. Should trade into that 95.90 level here pretty quickly, and let's see if it continues to push down or not. I'd like to see a swift move into that 95 area here. Just a nice boner candle. There we go. Probably going to retest that 400 level. Looks like it probably will. Retest 400 here before it continues to move down. Like I said, usually doesn't stick the first time. Get a little retest of the 05 area possible. See if it pops back above the VWAP or if she just turns right back down. See if this thing just turns back down or if we pop back above. Getting back above the VWAP now. Trying to anyway. Yes, stuck there at the 24s. Bounce right off that 400 level there. It's just moving back up now. Really kind of holding the VWAP there. This is really just kind of trading in a range. Not wanting to break out one way or the other here. Bullish volume kind of coming in though. ES pushing up into the 25. I mean, are we going to finally get this move up into the 28 that we've been waiting on forever? This thing's going to fake us out again. All right, let's see what happens. See if we can get the push into the 28s here. Or if it's just going to kind of fake out and sell back down like it's been doing. ES is pushing, so that is a good look. ES get above that 28 area also, pushes us into the 28 area. ES is at 26.50 right now. Need it to just continue to push on up here. Calls the NQ to go with it there. All right, up into the 27. Is it going to do it? Appears to be. 25. There we go. Did we get 28? Not quite. Come on, you got more. 28. So close, yet so far away. Where did that thing stop at? 26 again? Oh, come on. Double topped up there. Double topped up there. What are you going to do? Hold on one second, guys. Take this phone call. Yeah, Nog, I'm up 1,300 here on this account on the left. This is Apex on the left. 228 on my account. This is my funded account on the right, Top Step. And then we're up $2,595 on the Bullinox. Well, I guess technically we're only up $2,028 after fees. No, Bullinox. How long have I been trading Predator? Let's see. I started trading about September of last year, and we're currently in August, so I guess that's 11 months. Spencer, how's it going? Have I had issues with my platform? Yes, I've had issues with Trade-Of-8. However, since Top Step kind of has been migrating people away from Trade-Of-8, I've had no issues. So last Thursday, Friday, and Monday today, there's been no issues. I haven't seen any lag. I'm also using Step 1. I got a Step 1 account through Top Step that I'm using Quantower on, and it's been excellent. Not using it today. I'm not trading that account today, but Ninja. So I'm using Ninja, Quantower, Trade-Of-8, and they all seem to work fine now. But before, I was using Trade-Of-8 pretty much only, and I was having a lot of issues. What do I use when taking my trades? Strategy. Oh, well, yeah, we just discussed this earlier, Nog, but you probably weren't here. But yeah, just price action pretty much. I just use price action. I have a couple of charts off screen here. I got no problem showing them to you guys. Here's one. This kind of has the pivots on it. This is a trading view chart. A couple Keltner bands. I kind of use these sometimes. We got the WADA here. This is a volume indicator. This is a 10-second chart. Then down below here, I don't use this one too much, but this is a 2-minute chart. And it just kind of draws your trend lines on here. Like I said, I'm not using any singular thing to take a trade with. These are all kind of in confluence with each other. And then I got a Nezarenko chart off screen here that I use. I like the Nezarenko chart. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. But let's see. So that's kind of there. Just a Nezarenko chart. So like I said, I do a few different things. Yeah, no problem, Spencer. But I don't use any one thing for my strategy. I sometimes will trade some ICT stuff and things like that. But Mostly volume, price action. That's usually kind of what I'm looking at. Volume and price action. I like to know where the VWAP is and things like that. You can make some VWAP trades. I like to play off the VWAP if I can. I just try to keep it simple. So, try to keep it simple if we can. All right, we got a lot of sell volume coming in here. Let's see here. Let's see if this is going to bring us down here. We're trying to lose that VWAP once again. This thing's really just grabbing liquidity, guys, what it seems like to me. I mean, if you look, I mean, especially on the, you know, on this, like the Nizarenko chart, you can see this thing just like bouncing. It takes it to the top, takes it to the bottom, just kind of trading in a range, especially on the smaller time frame. It's just kind of trading in a range there. Not really much going on. I mean, look, if you zoom out on this 10-second chart here, look at this thing. I mean, we're just right in this range. It's not moving. Not going anywhere. Yeah. But anyways, guys, I do think that's probably going to do it for me this morning. I am kind of sleepy. I had to get up and take my kids to school this morning. If you haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Appreciate it. And if you are new, I do stream 5 days a week. Both London and New York, 3 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. Eastern. And if you're interested in trading futures, we do have the links in the description for Bullinox, 90% off, and also for Apex, 90% off with my code there. So, yeah, Apex is good through Thursday. But I do appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you guys next time. I'll do a trade recap this afternoon, and we'll go from there. Thank you, guys. Hold on one second.